everybody. Thank you for coming to today's full moon flow. This is a moon salutation. We're going to be moving slowly, mindfully, and gently. I think that there's enough heat going on in our lives and in the weather that we can just come to our mats today and do more of a cooling, stretching, mindful flow. And so I'm going to lead you through the poses. We're going to be starting on the left side of your mat, and we're going to be moving across from left to right. And don't worry that you're going to be moving in the opposite direction as me. Just listen to the cues and try to follow that way, because it's too confusing for me to try to reverse everything in my brain so that we're all going at the same time. But I did do that one time with Jackie, and it worked. But I have to really... So let's try this today. And what I'd like you to do is start in a meditative posture. You can either sit upright, or you can lie down in butterfly pose. If you want to lie down, you can maybe put a blanket underneath and let your tips of your shoulder blades come to the top of the blanket. If you have blocks or books, you can let your knees open out to the sides with the soles of your feet together. And you get a little tiny back bend because your shoulder blades are just on a folded blanket. Let your head just come down to the mat. You can take your left hand to your heart, your right hand to your belly. You can close your eyes or not, your choice, and just take a few deep breaths right here, or in your meditative seat if you prefer to be upright. Just start the class with a few mindful breaths, and wherever you are today. Welcome, Mari. I didn't say hello because I was starting the class already. And this is my friend Mari, coming all the way to you from Miami, Florida. Woo. So just go ahead and take a few deep breaths here, letting your shoulders relax, letting yourself feel the breath wherever that is in your body. You might feel your chest rising if your hand is on your heart. You might feel your belly inflating. Let your thoughts turn inward. Just thinking about the full moon, that it's kind of a closure, a completing of things in your life. It's kind of the end of the cycle. I woke up last night. I woke up in the wee hours and went to the bathroom and looked out the window. It was super bright, and I turned my head to the left, and my whole deck was illuminated, and I kept turning my head to the left and saw that huge, bright full moon. It's pretty amazing. Then you can take your hands to your heart, making your intention, whatever that is, as you start your cycle again. Releasing any negatives, any things that you feel no longer serve you. Just letting them go. And finding gratitude in your life for the things that you have. Let your hands come down to your lap. If you're lying down, okay, just turn over onto one side and press yourself up to seat. Everybody's sitting up, so we'll go ahead and start standing up. So gently just come to Tadasana on the left side of your mat. So we're going to be working across our mats. So just move anything out of the way that is in your way. And we're going to try this moon salutation again. Let's see if I got it. I've practiced it a couple times since we did it. Starting Tadasana. So feel into your feet, ground into your feet, palms face forward, thumbs out. We'll begin with a deep breath intake, the arms up, overhead. Your palms together. Inhale, stretch the spine long. And then half moon bending to your left side. Stretching the right side body. Inhale to come back up to neutral, stretching up. And then exhale, side bend to the right. Feeling the length of the left side body. Turn your view to look underneath your left arm, looking upwards. And then inhale, coming back up to center. Releasing the hands, taking your hands to your low back, fingers pointing down, right on your sacrum. Then press your hips forward, look up, lift your chest. A little back bend here. And then inhale, coming back up, taking your arms up overhead. Take a big step out to the right with your right foot. Big step out. Come into goddess pose. So toes turned out about 45 degrees, bending into a low squat goddess. And you can bring your index fingers and thumbs to touch in Jnana Mudra. Take a deep breath in, and then come up to 5-pointed star. So stretching up the legs and the arms. And then turning the toes to the right, swivel your left toes to turn in, right toes to the right, getting set up for triangle pose. So reaching that right arm towards the back of your mat, towards the right side of your mat. And then let that right arm come down to the shin or in front of your leg, palm forward. Look up towards that left hand. Feeling the stretch of the left side body, but also the right side body. Pressing that left hip back. And then take your left hand down to frame your right foot, coming into Parshvottanasana. So your heels should be aligned. Right heel to maybe the middle of the back foot. So you turn your back foot out 45 degrees. Inhale, stretch the spine. And then exhale to fold over the front leg. Squaring the hips. Inhale to come up. Step your back foot back a little bit and come into a long lunge. Right knee in a 90-degree bend over the right ankle. Dropping your left knee down to the ground for crescent moon. Inhale, taking the arms up. Drop your tailbone down towards the earth. Look up, stretch the spine long. And then exhale, take your hands down to the earth. Lift your left knee up off the ground. Swivel onto your right foot for Skandasana. Side lunge to the right. You can be on the heel of your left foot. Flex your toes up toward the ceiling on the left foot. Option to bring your hands to your heart. And you can also rest your hands on the ground if you need some support. No problem with that. And then coming through center, we're going to Malasana squat. So pivot your feet in, curl yourself to center, low squat, hands to heart, Malasana. Inhale, side lunge to the left. So we're going to just go into Skandasana. Bend into your left knee. You're on the heel of your right foot. Right leg is stretched out long. Right toes up toward the ceiling or sky. Option hands to heart. Left elbow can press into your left inner thigh. Inhale, coming to a lunge on the left side. So take your hands to the earth. Pivot around. Land the ball of your right foot on the ground. Lift the back heel. Low lunge. Dropping your right knee down for crescent moon. Inhale. Take the arms to reach up. So you're lengthening the spine here, dropping the tailbone. Look back. Exhale, taking the hands to the earth. Step on the ball of the back foot, lift your knee, and come into Parshvottanasana. Turn your right toes out 45 degrees. Straighten the left leg, and bow head to knee. Open up into triangle pose, Trikonasana. So keep your feet where they are. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling or the sky. Lengthening the right side body and looking up towards the right arm. Inhale, coming up to 5-pointed star. Lift with your core, pivot your right heel in, and then bend into your goddess pose once again. Knees out. Feel free to bring your index fingers to touch your thumbs in Jnana Mudra. Inhale, coming up to 5-pointed star. And then stepping to the right side of your mat for Tadasana. Inhale, taking the arms up overhead. Palms connecting. Exhale, bending to the right side. Looking up under the left arm. Lengthening the left side body. Inhale, coming up, stretching straight up. And then exhale, half moon to the left. Take your gaze point underneath your right arm, looking up. Stretching the right side body. Inhale, coming up to center. Big step to the left this time. Bending down into goddess pose. You can connect your fingers, index fingers to thumbs for Jnana Mudra if you like, or you can just really electrify through the fingers like jazz hands. And then inhale, coming up to your 5-pointed star. Turning the toes to the left, swiveling to the left for triangle pose. Right toes come in, left toes face the left side of your mat. Stretch the left arm forward, and then let that release down to Trikonasana. Reach the right arm up, look up towards the right hand. Exhale the right hand down to frame your front foot for Parshvottanasana. You can just pivot your right heel out a little bit so that right toes are turned out a little bit. Inhale, stretch the spine, square the hips forward, left hip back, right hip forward, and then bow down, head to knee. Inhale to come up, bend into your left knee for a long lunge on the left side, on the ball of the back foot. Lower the back knee down to the earth, crescent moon. Inhale, take the arms to reach up, lengthening the spine, and bending back a little bit more in your back bend, as long as you're not compressing the lower back. Inhale, taking your hands back down to the earth, swiveling to side lunge on the left side, on the heel of your right foot, right toes turned up, option hands to heart. So you can balance with your hands on the earth, no problem. If you need to do that, put your hands down on the earth. And it's okay if your left heel does not ground all the way, that's totally fine too. You can try. And then coming to center for Malasana squat. Bending into your low squat there, hands to heart. And Skandasana, lunge to the right. So bending into the right knee, straightening the left leg, coming onto the heel of your left foot, toes up towards the sky. Option hands to heart. Swiveling towards the right for a long lunge on the right. You're on the ball of your left foot, left heel is up. 90-degree bend, knee is over the right ankle. Lower the back knee down for crescent moon. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Rising up to Parshvottanasana. Ground your left heel, straighten your right leg, square the hips, and fold. Inhale, taking the left arm up to the sky, opening up to your triangle pose, Trikonasana. to the right side. Look up towards the left hand. And then use your core to rise up to 5-pointed star. Inhale, swiveling your left heel in, bending into both knees, goddess pose. And then exhale, stepping to the left side of your mat, Tadasana. Let's try that one more time. So inhaling, taking the arms up overhead, connecting the palms together. Exhale, side bend to the right, stretching the left side body, looking up underneath that left arm. Pressing into that right foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine up. And then exhale, half moon to the left. Looking up underneath your right arm, stretching the right side body. Pressing into the left foot. Inhale, coming back up. And then dropping the arms to the low back, fingers down on your sacrum. Lift the heart, press your hips forward. Back bend. Inhale, coming up, raise the arms up. Big step to the right. Bending into goddess pose. Bending the knees, keeping the knees over the feet, feet turned out. Inhale, coming up to 5-pointed star. Turning the toes to the right, pivoting the left toes to the right, and stretching to triangle on the right side. Stretch the right arm out towards the right side of your mat. Let that arm drop down. Trikonasana. Take a look up toward that left hand. Feeling the length out of both side bodies. And then exhale, take your left hand to frame your left foot. For Parshvottanasana. Inhale here, and then exhale, head to knee. Inhale, come up. Bend into the right knee for a low lunge. And then drop the left knee down to the earth, crescent moon. Inhale, taking both arms up, lengthening the spine into your back bend. Exhale your hands down to the earth, swiveling your right heel back, and come onto the heel of your left foot. Skandasana, side lunge on the right. Option, hands to heart, or hands to the earth to support you. Coming through center for Malasana squat. Turning the toes out, knees over the toes, low squat. And then over to the left side for Skandasana, side lunge on the left. So you're going to bend into that left knee, take your hands to the earth to support you. Straighten that right leg out as you let those right toes point up towards the sky. Option, hands to heart. And then swiveling to your left side. Come on the ball of your back foot for a long lunge on the left side. Drop your right knee down to the earth. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Crescent moon. Exhale, taking the hands down to the mat. Lift your back knee up off the earth. And then step into Parshvottanasana. Right toes turn out 45 degrees. Straighten the left leg. Bring your left hip back, right hip forward to square the hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale to fold, head to knee. Inhale, spiraling open to the right for triangle pose, reaching the right arm up. Take your time. Rotate your gaze point up towards that right hand. Lengthen both side bodies. And then use your core to come up here into 5-pointed star. Inhale, pressing up. Pivoting your right heel in. Bending once again into goddess pose. straightening up, coming to the right side of your mat, Tadasana. Bring your hands to heart center. Bowing your head toward your fingertips, chin to chest. Namaste.